Hyrule Saga has come and gone. This was my first 2GG event, and I have to say that it was a great time. The tournament also gave me an excuse to catch up with some friends that I hadn't seen in a while. So I drove out to LA a couple days early just to see them and hang out. It was nice to spend some time with non-Smash friends before the tournament, and then hang out and play, cheer, drink, and laugh and practice with my fellow Smash aficionados. Thunder Studios has a pretty nice facility. The bathroom setup was good. They had bars, a VIP area that I never really understood what the rules for access were, a band, and a good amount of setups both inside and outside the venue. Despite all those setups, there still weren't enough to fill the demand for friendlies and money matches. I would have liked to have seen more vendors too, but really I only had two issues with the event. One, the lighting for the player/caster cams was atrocious. I mean, the way the lights were set up highlighted every imperfection, everything. It was just weird. I can't remember if it was up lighting or down lighting, but it was not good. Which is kind of crazy because Thunder Studios is a movie studio. So I figured they would have a better setup, or at least recognize the issues on the stream and then adjust them on the fly, but they didn't. They just let those roll through. The second issue was that they didn't sell Hyrule Saga shirts or hoodies. And I know I wanted to buy one, and I'm pretty sure there were at least 50 people who would have bought one too. I mean, that's just easy money. But on Saturday, I arrived at the tournament with Zerks at 8 a.m. The drive down from West Hollywood was actually quick. It only took about 40 minutes to get there. We arrived and set up, and I went off in a different direction from Zerks to go play some friendlies. He had his pool at 10 a.m. along some other Vegas people, so they needed to get their practice in. But I really just wanted to wander around, drink some coffee, and check out the venue. I spoke with a handful of people for another vlog I'm working on, which was really great. I've been trying to put that together for a while now, and I was looking for a large event like this to close out some of those interviews. I'll tweet out when that's ready, but I'm really excited about that one. I love tournaments like this though. Over 1,000 people attended, with 780 competing in Smash singles, 280 competing in Smash doubles, 94 in Squad Assault, 162 in Rivals of Ether, 50 in ARMS, and 29 in Settlers of Catan. Why Settlers of Catan was in there, I'm not sure, but that's still awesome, because it's a fantastic game and I wish more people played it. But that's not counting the 3v3 squads, or Hyrule crew battles, or the Smash Sister events. I mean, I was at the venue for 15.5 hours on Saturday. And on Sunday, I was there for another 12 hours. I watched matches, played in a few friendlies, played in squads, and competed in my own tournament matches. I saw Zaki take down MKLeo and send him to loser's bracket. It was insane and elicited a huge reaction from the crowd, despite the fact that MKLeo is a crowd favorite. But the people loved seeing Zaki, a Japanese DDD main, take that win. When you go out of state, you support your region. So we turned up to watch other Vegas players whenever they competed. We cheered for them and were disappointed when they lost. And a handful of players made it out of their pools and moved on to the top 128. And then a couple more onto the top 65. During this time, I drank and ate and just soaked up the atmosphere. There were so many amazing players, both international and regional, and because it was a Hyrule Saga, we had Links, Toon Links, Ganons, Zeldas, and of course Sheiks from all over the world show up en masse. I've never seen so many Zeldas and Ganons though. 5 of our own from Vegas: Ven, who plays Zelda, Boat, who plays Toon Link, E-Dog, who plays Link, Bedlam, who plays Link, and Matt, who plays Link, all showed up and battled with their fellow Hyrulean mains. Now, it was an extra special event for them because they were able to compete in Hyrule crews and represent their characters and show off on a big stage. The Zeldas in particular were ruthless. They crushed the Ganons in their crew battle and were slated to go on to the Links and Toon Links, but the Link vs Toon Link battle took 2 hours and comprised of thousands and thousands and thousands of projectiles, as you can imagine. The Zeldas were on fire this tournament though. Purple Guy, JP, and Ven almost won the 3v3 squads, and Zeldas did so well against the Ganons in the crew battle that Ven, the anchor, didn't even need to play. The chants of beer money still ring in my ears, and I crack up every time I think about it. Ven and Onbu, arguably the 2 best Zeldas in the world, placed at 65th, going Zelda in almost every single match at this extremely stacked tournament. That's impressive. Out of the 780 entrants, there were 34 of the top 50 PGR players there. That's insane. And that's not to mention all the talented players from SoCal that aren't PGR. At least 8 of them were on the top 20 in their power ranking. Then we had PR players from Vegas, PR players from NorCal, PR players from AZ, from Utah, PR players from Europe, from Japan. I mean, this competition was no joke. Everyone put on a show. But it was Tweak who ended up taking the tournament, losing only 2 games in the entire process. That is incredible. He was on fire the entire time. I even made some money on side bets off of him. The Vegas crew did pretty well too. I really think we could have and should have done better though. There were circumstances that kind of hindered a few of us. I, on the other hand, sucked it up. I wasn't nervous at all this tournament, but I also didn't set myself up for success. I knew going in I was going to fight a Fox player first. So I worked with Zerks and found some friendlies against Fox leading up to the bracket. But I hate this matchup. I can't play rushdown characters. But still, I practiced for a day or so to get better at this matchup. And it just wasn't enough. When it was time to play, I didn't load up my headphones like usual. I wanted to try and recreate how I'd been practicing, just trying to capture anything that could help me out. But it didn't work. I lost. And then I had to go on to losers, and you'll never guess who I had to fight. Another Fox main. I mean, I actually laughed out loud at this point. I buckled down, put on my headset, kicked into high gear, and played a hell of a set, and still lost it. I couldn't eke it out and was sent home. I lost to Pastulio, who went out at 129, and Alacrity, who went out at 385. And I guess I can take comfort in the fact that they went on to do pretty well after beating me, but I was still disappointed. This was my first placing in an out-of-state tournament where I didn't win one. I was still pretty happy with how I played against the Foxes despite losing 0-2-0-2. And the reason is because I've had my asses handed to me by Foxes and Falcos now up to this point that I kind of feel like I get what I'm supposed to do, and I'm hoping to build off this experience. But I just really despise this matchup. The top 8 was incredible. There was a good mix of players and characters, which resulted in some amazing matches. Mr. R and Tweak both played amazingly well. I mean, with all that going on, I still think my favorite moment was when almost everyone from Vegas, people from Utah, AZ, SoCal, and NorCal crowded around 2 setups outside to cheer on the Smash Sisters crew battle. Vegas was out there supporting our girl Boat, and we had people screaming and cheering and chanting. It was so loud that it easily rivaled whatever was going on inside on the main stage. People lost their voices. We laughed and cheered. I mean, it was just a fantastic time. Boat's team went on to win with both of their anchors competing against each other. It was just an intense crew battle, and it was a ton of fun. I even made some side money off of them too. But it was an electric moment, and it just captured the feeling of the event perfectly. So hats off to Sid and the Smash Sisters for putting on this event together. As you can imagine, I've had a blast and can't wait to get back out to Long Beach for another 2GG Saga. Thanks for watching. You can check out my progress in esports at BeyondBetaPodcast.com. Follow me on Twitter at SteveJShockey and subscribe to my YouTube page called Beyond Beta Podcast. The official Beyond Beta Podcast is set up on Twitter at BeyondBetaPod, so you can follow there for more information on new contributors, new shows, and more projects. Have a good one.